Hello everyone, my name is Adriana Barros. I'm a certified BodyTalk practitioner, and for those who don't know the BodyTalk system is a holistic healthcare system which is consciousness-based in natural medicine, and it is designed to bring the balance to all levels of the body, including mind, body, and spirit. And when we say that BodyTalk is consciousness-based, it means that the body is consulted as to what it needs in order to heal. Nothing is imposed upon the body, and as practitioners, we observe the natural order and priorities in healing of the body. So whatever the body needs to have addressed first is what's going to come up. And when I communicate with the body through applied kinesiology or neuromuscular biofeedback, I am trained to really navigate through the body-mind and look for the areas of imbalance that need attention. And for that reason, these areas of imbalance are going to appear to me lined up in a certain order. And once that comes up for me in that formula, it needs to be integrated into the body-mind. And that is done through tapping of the three brains, which are head, heart, and enteric brain, or the gut brain, as you will. And once tapping is completed, the body starts changing and correcting itself as deep as cellular and quantum levels. And once that healing starts taking place, it takes a few days, sometimes weeks, to the body to adjust itself. So everything that the body absorbs as in terms of formula, it is really stored into the body-mind, into the connective tissues, into the cells of the body, and the body remembers the sessions that it has received. So for that matter, all those sessions that the body receives, the BodyTalk sessions the body receives along the way, are cumulative. And so they all build up on top of the other. So meaning the body remembers every session it receives. And BodyTalk is also preventive medicine. So if you were to receive BodyTalk every so often, it will prevent you from interrupting the communication system between the brain and the different systems in the body, which is of vital importance in order for us to be healthy. And that's exactly why we start developing diseases along the way. Is because this communication, the strength between the brain and the different systems of the body, so the neural circuits in the brain start decreasing in intensity and speed, so those signals start becoming weaker and weaker when stresses kick into the body-mind. And for that matter, when that communication is not 100%, the systems start developing different communication within each other, and the function also starts decreasing in speed and quality. And with time, the body starts developing diseases on any level of the body-mind. And that's exactly what I do when I build a session and communicate and integrate the communication within the three brains. I strengthen those lines of communication, so the cold spots, if you will, start clearing in the brain, and that communication becomes strong again. So that's exactly what we do in BodyTalk sessions. And today I'm here to do a BodyTalk group session for the new year, for 2021. So really focusing on what we want to attract, what we want to achieve into the new year, what we want to let go of, and things that we want to correct in our lives. So if it's either to attract health, prosperity, a relationship, or to really let go of things that don't serve us anymore, so bad habits or a bad relationship or a job, or even attracting a job, if all those intentions that we have for the new year, that's exactly what the matrix of this session is built on. It's built on really bringing in all the abundance, all the prosperity, all the good things that we want to live in 2021. So for all of you who connect with this session, as soon as you start watching it, and then integrate this session into the body mind through the tapping of that session, you start receiving the benefits of the subject at the same time. And the body starts making changes internally and to really putting you on a certain level that will be beneficial for your body to really absorb the good things into your life, or really let go of those things from your life. So this is what this session is going to be designed on, and that's what it's all about. So anybody can receive this session. As soon as you listen to it and you connect and do the tapping, you're ready to go. So feel free to share this video with whoever you want to receive like prosperity and good things for 2021. Really strengthen our health, to strengthen our communication internally, and to bring clarity of mind and all the good things, and really let go of everything else that we've lived during 2020. Okay, so when I connect during a group session, which is a remote session in this case, I don't have anybody in front of me, but I'll be utilizing my own hand to get the responses that I need to get in order to build the formula. And that's it. So when it's time to tap the formula, I will let you know, and feel free to follow me and do it exactly as I show. Just to start this session, I think that it would be good if we start bringing our stress levels down, which can be done through the tapping of the cortices technique, which is the main technique in BodyTalk. By tapping the cortices, as you can check on my channel, I did the challenge of 30 days that you can follow, and you can still tap at any time you want to really build the habit of reestablishing this communication that gets interrupted within the body mind, strengthening the communication between both hemispheres of the brain. And when this communication is up and running, our stress levels come down, all brain functions improve, our concentration, our memory, sleep patterns, and emotions like anger, worry, stress, all those negative components that we deal with on a daily basis start decreasing. And on the other hand, it will enhance the good ones. So bring calm, concentration, balance into the body mind, into the different systems of the body. And in the long run, if you keep tapping your cortices every day, you not only reconnect this communication internally in the brain, but also within the body mind. And for that reason, you will enhance your health in the long run. So make it a habit, tap your cortices every day, which I'm going to demonstrate right now. Okay, so it's very simple. Pick a hand, and whichever you want, place on the back of your skull. The other hand is going to be doing the tapping. So I usually put my hand in this position, but you can also tap like this. It's important that you are connecting both hemispheres of the brain and not only tapping on either side of the head, okay? So once you tap, at the same time you're taking deep breaths, and you're tapping on the head, on the heart, and around the navel area. Take deep breaths, tap twice. It doesn't matter how many times you're tapping, okay? So this is just free. Go up another hand position. Make sure that there are no spaces between the hand positions when we are covering the whole head. Every single hand position enhances different brain functions, and that's what we're looking for. And the deep breathing will help with the scanning of the areas that need a balance and the need to enhance the communication within the body mind. Also, it's scanning for denser parts, lighter parts, internal organs. So everything is being scanned. And that brings a sense of calmness as well. If you notice how you were before you started tapping the cortices, when you start tapping them, you start already feeling that you calm down. And at the end of it, really, you can tell the difference. If you feel that you're too stressed and you didn't feel any difference, you can tap it more than once. It doesn't matter. Then we're going to connect the sides of our heads. This is the emotional brain, both sides. Let go of one hand and then you tap. And you can let go of either side first. It doesn't matter if it's the left or the right one, okay? And then connect one more time. And that's it. So we're good to start. I hope you're all relaxed now. So you can be seated or lie down, whatever you feel comfortable doing, that's great. I'll be taking notes as the session progresses, and I'll let you know what comes up along the way. I usually connect with the group to see what's coming up, what am I picking up from this energy, and I'll be writing it down. I'll let you know along the way what comes up, okay? So take deep breaths just to connect with the energy. So I'm really seeing white light, which is very good because white is healing. The white color is healing on all levels. So we're really connecting with the good color to start with. I'm actually looking at a building. So this is just a representation of what this building represents. It's really building something. So the structure of a building represents like building for ourselves. That's what I'm picking up. So building, constructing something for our own lives, for ourselves, with strong structure, strong bases. So this year is all about bringing that strength into whatever we are doing and really connecting to bring the solid basis, the solid structure into our lives. Whatever it is that you planning on building in 2021, it has to have that solid foundation. And I'm getting the vision of when you're talking about building a solid foundation, it's not just putting that building straight up and gluing it to the ground or cementing it to the ground. No, we're building layers, floors, different floors, and we're stacking them on top of each other. So it's something that's going to build up in 2021. It's nothing that's going to come overnight and it's just going to be, show up in front of our eyes. No. So it requires work. It requires foundation. It requires solidity. It requires grounding. So if you were to build strong bases, strong foundation, that is what's going to set up the grounds for whatever comes in the future. So you can just grow from there. But now it's important to have that solid structure. Those things that when we are like partying and New Year's Eve and all those pieces of laminated paper, like silver or red color, the red, metallic red, that's what I'm seeing, like tons of those pieces of paper blown up into the air in a sense of celebration. So what I'm getting from this is if you build your strong, solid foundation, that's going to take time to build. With time, you will celebrate, you will rejoice what you've gone through. So the hard work will pay off, and it will be a process to build that solid foundation, but it's better than really jumping ahead of time, ahead of ourselves. And because if you were to rush into building anything, this could collapse along the way, and we don't want that. We want something that will last forever. So the celebration will come when the structure is up and strong. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting. So let me see what comes up now. All right, so what's coming up now is it's lymphatics. So we work when we work with lymphatics in BodyTalk, we are working with clearing any debris, as you will, anything that is in between 2 points, within the blood vessels, within the veins, within that blood flow between the 2 body parts. So I'm really connecting the pubic crest area, so in between your groins, and the abdomen. So it's really to clear anything that needs to come out of the abdomen that's obstructing it, or the blood vessels in there, and really bring that blood flow between the pubic crest and the area. So clearing up what doesn't serve anymore from there, so no buildup of lymph nodes appear in that area. And this comes up with the emotion of grief. And grief, let me see if there's any details. No, so I don't know exactly where that grief is going or where it's coming from. I'm also now connecting with the endocrines. The endocrines in the body, especially, well, I'm connecting with the adrenals, and the adrenals are the endocrines that actually rule the stress levels in the body. So when we are stressed, the adrenals get overexcited, overactive. So it's really balancing them to bring the stress levels down in the body. So I'm working with so the connection between the pituitary and the adrenals, that's what I'm working with. So the pituitary endocrine really regulates all the main body functions, and how these, if the adrenals are off balance, like the higher stress levels can interfere with the functioning of the main functions of in the body. So the grief that's coming up is regarding all the losses in 2019. So it's everything. So it's people, for those who have lost people due to COVID, or people who have lost money or businesses, or so all the losses in general. Now I'm working with circulation. That's with the blood, within the blood. So it's within the circulatory system. Within the urinary system. So it's actually, so that blood flow from the urinary system. So that's where we're doing that circulation, activating that circulation from the urinary system. So let me see what's coming up next. So it's more lymphatics. So now we're doing the lymphatics between the diaphragm, right here in the abdominal area. And the right groin. So again, activating that blood flow within those 2 points. And it's important to bring that lymphatics going on to activate that blood flow so no lymph nodes start forming between those 2 points. So now I'm working with environmental factor, and this is internal environmental factor. Something internally that is affecting you externally, bothering you. So it's loss of job. For those who have lost jobs in 2020. And so so the loss of job of whoever, right, have lost their jobs, is affecting the skeletal system of that person's body. So it could be you, could be whoever is watching, right? So the group session picks up different aspects of different people who are connecting to this. So not everything will resonate with your own specific story. So more grief related to that loss. And again, we're working on lymphatics of the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is a body part that really holds on to grief. You can notice when you have difficulty inhaling and exhaling, if your chest doesn't expand in those two movements, it could also be because you're holding on to grief. And usually people hold on to grief in the diaphragm or in the heart or in the lungs. So so that restriction can come from that interference. And again, I am working on lymphatics between the diaphragm and the abdomen. So again, clearing the pathways between the two, enhancing the blood flow between the two. So what comes up next is the musculoskeletal body. And this is a part in BodyTalk. This group, this aspect works with reciprocal points. Our whole body has reciprocal points, side to side, top to bottom, front to back, back to front. And we are working with a specific group of reciprocals, which are, so the third group, we are working with the occiput, which is the back of our skull, the base of our skull, and sacrum, the sacrum bone, which is the biggest bone, like the pelvis, the pelvic bone. So it's more specifically the right side of the sacrum, and the sacrum 3. So this is oriented to being home. To being seated for too long. For those working from home, or really people who have been just locked up inside their homes and not really doing many external activities, outdoor activities, so really being seated all the time, so it's affecting the sacrum bone. The other aspect that's coming up is money. And it's the aspect of trying to make money, trying to make the ends meet. So yeah, so trying to make ends meet, to really trying to juggle and get by. Now we are doing a cellular repair. We are doing a cellular repair, also repairing a condition or a body part on a cellular level. And we are repairing the limbic brain, so the emotional brain. So